So my bird knowledge was very limited before any of this. I really like animals, so I was really excited that we'd be able to kind of handle them and work with them very closely. And ever since then, I've really loved birds. My mother has called me like a crazy bird lady now. Hello, my name is Jordan Lamb. I am a biology major and I am in the class of 2023. So I'm going to be a senior this year. So neophobia is kind of an interesting thing where not a lot of research has been done on it. So it's kind of interesting to kind of see how the birds that I've been working with for now, this is my second summer, would react to something kind of new in our field, because that could definitely play kind of a big part in other experiments that we can run.
So a lot of this, our involvement with the project stemmed from going to a conference and talking to a number of people who are doing work with the same species I tend to work with. This ends up being a multi-institution, big collaborative project, and we decided to give it a try. We had a lot of the infrastructure already there, so we thought we'd try to collect some data with respect to this question that we don't normally ask in my lab, but we thought we might be able to contribute.
So neophobia is the fear of novel objects. So it's like if you have a new sort of thing, it's kind of how likely are you to approach it or how likely are you to kind of avoid it. We have just kind of kept these feeders that we put up in various locations, and we fill them with seed every so often, and when we want to run a trial, we would place a novel object on top of the feeder. And then after that, we set the camera and we film the feeder for about half an hour to an hour to see what kind of birds show up, if they interact with it, if they kind of see it and then avoid it, or if no birds come at all. Professor Butler has been great. Honestly, I'm so glad that I've gotten to work with him. He is by far one of the most helpful professors that I've ever had. Like if I've ever run into something that I couldn't solve myself, or something that was definitely well beyond my capabilities, he was always there to kind of help me with it.
In a lot of our studies as biologists, what we'll do is we'll work with a species and ask a question, which does provide some informative value. But to really get a kind of a broad sense of how life works in general, it helps to work with multiple species. And that's where this big multi-institution collaboration can be really beneficial, because they're going to be researchers from dozens and dozens of institutions working with dozens and dozens of species asking the same question. Hopefully we'll be able to kind of learn in general what sorts of behaviors of birds, for example, what type of food do they eat, how many eggs do they lay, are any of those behaviors associated with risk-taking or kind of fear of new things?
I have definitely learned a lot about myself and about how I can go about doing things on my own. And it's definitely helped a lot with my communication skills as well. I'm able to kind of talk about my research in a more meaningful way than I would have before, and definitely communicate with my lab partners and my research partners who will also help me a great amount.